the number one thing that I love about your business is that it's sellable. On my page, I talk about build a business that you can sell, because if not, you have a job, right? So how important is equity in building a business in which, when I say equity, is value in a business that can be sold, right? So how important is it to you that you're building an asset in which you can sell down the road when you want to retire?
Yeah, I think the number one thing that comes to mind is I'm always looking to find new books to read, podcasts, blogs, whatever. I listened to a podcast the other day, and I don't remember the name of the podcast or the title, but it was something along the lines of how to build a business that can be sold but never sell. So the whole premise is you want to be prepped to sell, but just don't sell your business. And what he spoke about, and he's a property manager, does great. I mean, he has lots of doors. They do long-term property management. But his whole idea, his whole thing was like, even if you're not looking to sell, have it organized. That was the number one thing he honed in on. Have your taxes, have your everything, your ledger, your everything, income tracked, that you just know your income, your expenses, and build that business to be sold, but just don't sell it, at least not till you're ready, right? What he said in the video or the podcast was, no one wants to buy a business that is extremely unorganized, or you can't find your tax returns for the past 2 years, or you're like, oh man, I don't know how much we brought in last month, right? So I think I mean, personally, I love my business, love what I do. I don't see myself selling, honestly, almost probably ever. I think my goal is to continue to build businesses and then work on Brentwood Property Group, an hour out of the week or month maybe, and have it scaled to where, I have teams and systems and employees in place that can run it.
And that's when it's going to be worth the most, because you can step out of your business, it continues to run and make money. So as somebody who wants to buy a business like me, I'm not going to buy a business in which I have to go work 40 hours in.
Right.
I want to buy a business in which I make an investment in, and it continues to pay me dividends where I'm not there every day.
Right. No, that is definitely the end goal. And I've thought about that from day one. I think we even spoke. I told you, like, I remember walking into class one day, and right before I walked into the doors, I got an email. It's like, hey, Gabe, I'd love to talk to you about buying your business. And I was like, oh, it's probably like one of those spam emails, right? Yeah, okay. But it was a local company that was interested in my business, and they truly wanted to buy it. And I was like, oh, wow. And I think when we spoke, it was kind of like eye-opening for me that there's people out there that just buy businesses. I mean, I never had thought about it, and we spoke, and I ultimately decided it's just not what I wanted to do. I'm not interested. I love what I do. I love building it. I mean, love building a business, right? It's just a great thing. It's awesome. But that's where I was like, oh man, you're right. Like, this is a business that can be sold. It's available to be sold. Like, years down the road, maybe. But it was just interesting. It was eye-opening for sure.
It's insane. I read an article that says $2 trillion of private equity money that has not been deployed, used to go buy businesses. So people have given people money and they said, go buy businesses so I can double my money. $2 trillion has not been deployed. Yeah. So people want to buy businesses. And if you build your business the right way, at the end of the day, in that 20, 30 years down the road, you're going to get broken off.
Right.